Everyone, welcome back to another cycling video. So today I'm going to be talking about my training this year, what I'm currently doing at the moment, where it's going to be going, etc. As many of you may know, I'm currently trying to lose some weight, so I'm doing a lot of endurance style, zone 2, typically fat burning stuff. I'm also haven't really rode consistently for several years now. I've rode on and off, and I certainly haven't rode to power or anything like that, and I certainly haven't done any fitness sessions. So I've been kind of slowly building back up the hours. So as you can see, starting here, in fact, I could just go back to the beginning. Basically, my last kind of big year was probably 2016. Had a good start to the year, but then it kind of fizzled out around here. I think this is when I got to England. I was just like, I had no interest in cycling in England. Then got back to Thailand. This is the biggest month I've ever done in my life, ever, and I don't even know if I'll ever do that big again. That was insane. So yeah, that was a big month. I was pretty much doing, if we look into it, 100k, 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 100k. So it's like pretty much 3, 4, 500k's a day. Yeah, so that's a pretty big month there. 2017, few training months here, and then fizzles out again. Nothing like seriously consistent. It never fizzled out because I was like, oh, I'm too tired from this. It just kind of fizzled out. Like I lost interest, or I'd already by this time I'd already lost the weight, so I wasn't too bothered about like losing the weight anymore. This was Deliveroo. Yeah, and then of course I'm in England here, so there's no real training in the winter. I didn't have a turbo trainer, or I did, but I wasn't interested. Again, we've got some Deliveroo. So as you can see, I've not really been consistent. So this year, I know January and February, I did basically nothing, but I started building in March. You can see, oh, I don't know what happened this week. Oh, sorry, this is 2020. Yeah, so let's just ignore that. So this year, the end of February, I started riding. This is the last week. The last week of February, and the first week that I started riding, because I got my turbo trainer. Obviously, February in Canada is too snowy to think about riding. And then literally it was every day, like 1 hour a day on Zwift. And then sometimes it was 2 hours a day in 2 sessions. But yeah, consistent. And then I think April, was I able to actually get out. I think I was able to actually get out and ride. So we can see I did 41 hours. It's still not big, it's just building. And then if we look at May was obviously last month. A lot more consistent, but you can see the consistency here. So it's every single day except Sunday. Sunday's a full rest day. Saturday is more of a active recovery day. So I kind of just do a 1 hour easy 100-watt style ride where I'm just cruising around, really low, like 100 and 110 kind of heart rate. June really started building. So we've already exceeded May's hours, and we've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 training days left. These rides here, typically these have been the kind of long endurance ones. If you could see this, you can see the style that I've done. Yeah, we can't really show you anymore. So we can go into the training log, and then I always have hours. I'm not worried about kilometers. I'm not worried about anything like that, because kilometers don't mean anything. Literally, like if you live on a hill, you could end up doing 10k a day, but you've spent 2 hours on the bike because you've got a 10% gradient hill, right? So yeah, our Ks, kilometers, miles, whatever, doesn't mean anything. Average speed doesn't mean anything. Time on the bike, that's what means something. So people, I mean, unless you've got like a specific route planned, and it's like, oh, I'm doing a 10k time trial or a 5k run or whatever, then it's just time. So I go out for a 1 hour or a 3 hour, or, well, this is supposed to be a 4 hour, but I turned around at 2 hours, and then I guess I had a headwind on the way there a little bit and didn't really notice. But that's the kind of thing. So if you could see that we went from, here we go, so basically no training. We started at a 5 because that was easy, just 1 hour a day, and then started building up 6, 7, 8, 10, hovered around 10, 11, 12, 11, 10, 10. There was sometimes where it's bad weather, and you know, even though I've got Zwift, I don't want to do a 3 or 4 hour ride on Zwift, right? Because it's boring. So 12 hours. Then that week I did, let's call that 14. You see I've got two long rides here, 3 hour and a 4 hour. We've got a 4 hour, 3 hour and a 3 hour. This week was a 3, a 4 and a 3. I'm not too bothered about making up that little time, but as you can see here, we're already at 54. So the next couple of days I'll probably end up doing a minute here, a minute there kind of thing, so I'll end up making it up. It's inevitable. But yeah, this is my training. So if we go back into the training calendar right now, so we've got this June, by my estimations, is going to be about 60. So if we do 2 here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's going to be about 64. And then July, I'm hoping to, I got some calculations here. So July, I'm hoping to build up to 70. So that will be adding an extra 10 on from June. And then August, I'm hoping to do 80. So that will be adding an extra 10 on from July. See, it's sustainable, right? Like, I'm not just going to suddenly go to 100 hours and then burn out. And then we'll probably be winding it down somewhat for the fall, because I don't know what the weather's going to be like as well. But I've got the option of doing that. But I should have lost most of the weight by then. So June, July, August, September. So then we would probably be winding out to 60. October's probably, no, we're not going to have snow in October, but that's going to go down to 50. I will obviously play this by ear. If I can get out and do good long rides, then I will. But if I'm just stuck on Zwift, it's probably going to be about 10 hours a week on Zwift, maybe a little more. But yeah, these November, December are probably going to be 40. I'll try and get out as much as I can in the good weather, but I don't ride outside in the rain anyway. I ride because it's just gonna tire your drivetrain out, like straight away. As soon as you ride outside, the grit gets onto your drivetrain. And road bikes, the components are basically made out of cheese or chocolate or some kind of similar substance. So as soon as you have grit, it just grinds it. Mountain bike and things like that are obviously a lot more durable. But yeah, road bike is, wow. The components just, if I started riding around in wet, my components would be ground out in like 3,000 kilometers. I'd be chucking on new chains, new cassettes, new chain links, things like that. So plus it's also gross, right? Who wants to ride out in the rain? So that's what Zwift was invented for. So yeah, those are that's pretty much my training. It's all structured for fat loss at the moment. If we look into my fitness and freshness, we look at the last 6 months, you see I've basically come from pretty much zero fitness got up to here just using heart rate, and then it just kind of stayed the same because it was using either average watts on Zwift, which I was pretty much doing just zone 2 rides on Zwift, because I couldn't really do anything special because I just have regular Zwift, and it really poorly estimates the watts with just cadence and speed sensor. So yeah, and then when I actually go out, I guess it doesn't realize, you know, the fact that I'm much heavier, how like high the watts are. So it like really underestimates them. Says my rides are like 80 watts and things like that. So yeah, so obviously it thinks my fitness is absolute shit. And then you can see here, as soon as I get a power meter, it's not like, oh, I've been specifically training, like I've been doing anything different. I've been doing exactly the same here. So eventually now, pretty much here I got a power meter. Yeah, I was on about doing an FTP test there. Here we go. So we got the 4i power meter installed, and then boom, you can see that the fitness. And it's not like, oh yeah, the power meter's made my fitness go up. It's just like, obviously in time with a structured plan it will do. But Strava's now responding to that. So yeah, you can see here in the last 3 months, that's really when the training began. You can see it just going up and up and up. Like I said, between here and here, it just stayed the same because I was doing a lot of rides outside, and Strava was just thinking that like, oh, he's riding 80 watts, he's riding 80 watts all the time, so he's just maintaining, so that it wasn't upping my fitness. And then obviously now it's like, oh, okay, he's riding more watts than that, so then it starts going up. Form's pretty low at the moment, but I feel fine. Anyway, so that's basically my fitness. If I can go on to my activity feed and maybe show you some of my example rides. Activities. So here, yeah, we've got this morning I did 72k, well, 3-hour ride. I keep becoming a local legend. It seems to be a new thing that they've introduced. I guess it's for people who can't get KOMs. So yeah, we've got that. Yesterday did it was supposed to be a 4-hour ride, ended up not being, I don't know why. I think it's because there's more hills on the way there than I expected. But yeah, plan ahead, take some water with me, some nice roads on the way as well. So anyway, I just thought I'd talk to everyone about my training and where my training's headed. I'll put a link down below for Strava if you want to follow me, follow my rides. As you've seen, I'm super active, so I'm always doing interesting stuff and high volume. So if you want some inspiration, be sure to follow me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and yeah, keep following this. Keep following this channel for more cycling videos, and I'll see you in the next video, everyone.